Hello, everyone, and welcome to the LEP Frequency Toolbox program. I am your host, Dr. Phenomena, and today's topic is going to be about coping. If you had not already done so, please go back and visit all my YouTube segments. They are in numerical order, and you should really watch them in that way. All of the information regarding the LEP frequency tool can be found with my book, www.lepeducation.com. That's the website. If you have not purchased it already, please do so as soon as possible so that you can start using the LEP frequency tool to create thoughts in your mind and bring them forth into your physical manifestations, into your physical realities. Again, that website is www.lepeducation.com. Please visit all my other YouTube videos. They will assist you with the book and will also help you to identify your personal vibrational frequency in the emotional, physical, sensory, and spiritual consciousness field. We're all vibrating at a certain vibrational frequency, and that determines our lived experience. So today, also, for those of you who are on a podcast, please visit me on Dr. Phenomena on podcast Podbean. Okay, so let's talk about coping. Coping is extremely important. I mean, do you ever wonder why some days are happier than others? You know, this may be because on those days you are vibrating higher and you have higher coping skills. What is coping? Coping is having to face and deal with responsibilities, problems, issues, challenges, difficulties in a successful and calm manner. You know, no matter what the outer influences are, when you have great coping skills, you always know that those outer influences is just energy that needs to be managed. That's all it is. It may seem challenging. It may seem earth-shattering. Sometimes it may seem, shocked or be in shock as to the news. But everything is basically energy that needs to be managed. We're all 100% energy. You, everything around you. And where you vibrate is what you are attracting to you. You know, some things like the coronavirus, you're saying, well, I didn't attract that to me. But collectively, the universe did attract it to us. Otherwise, it wouldn't be happening. So coping skills can be used in everywhere, in every situation, in your love life, in your relationships, in your work scenarios. And really, the tools of coping are the same. The tools of coping are your mental and emotional and physical consciousness fields. Okay? And for those of you, who are following me, know all about that. That's part of the LEP frequency tool. Why? Because thoughts create images. Images activate feelings. Okay? So now you have thoughts that created images in your mind that are now activating feelings, and those feelings are now triggering your physical and cognitive processing reactions. And when you have great coping skills, those are not reactions, those become responses. So to have great coping skills is to be able to respond rather than to react. It's coping means to master the situation in some way, or at the very least reduce, the anxiety, or maybe even tolerate it. To where you can move forward somehow. Pick up the pieces and move forward. So, coping is anything that follows a discordant situation, and those are the skills that you need, the energy that you need to be able to problem solve and move through that anxiety. So, how is the LEP frequency tool that can be found in this book going to help you with coping? Well, it's going to help you because it will assist you to be able to understand and change your thoughts, that will change the images in your mind, that will change the feelings that follow, reducing great anxiety and expanding your consciousness, because now that you are reducing anxiety on a mental level, that means you can cognitively process through things that you might have thought were traumatic or shocking. I mean, they're still shocking, but now you have the mental capability, okay? The LEP frequency tool will ensure that you do, how to move through that thought process, change the images so that you are changing the feelings, and have much better coping skills to be able to relate to that problem and solve it. You know, coping is a decision that you have to make. You know, because coping can exist in any devastation, in any traumatic situation, in any discordant energy. And you have to allow sometimes, for all of the elements, the events to unfold. But once they do, you need to be able to cope through strong mental thoughts, through strong images and thoughts that not only activate those images, but are supported with feelings of confidence and strength and courage, that you will persevere, you will find the right answer, you will respond well to this situation, or really any situation, no matter what the urgency. No matter what the urgency. So learn to cope by confident thoughts and images of yourself and what you are trying to do. Learn to cope by not accepting feelings, thoughts, or images that do not support you, lift you, honor you, or, really see you in the highest light, from your highest vision, of seeing the beautiful, powerful person that you truly are. You are a very powerful spiritual being, and you have the coping skills through your mental, emotional, and, and physical properties. By physical, I mean act upon, once you change those mental concepts to one of coping, of strength, to, yes, I can problem solve through this, that alone, that confidence alone, that feeling alone will continue to change the mental images in your mind. Okay, and bring upon an expanded consciousness, which brings solutions, because now you're in the space of I will, as opposed to I may or I can. So you can cope and move through things because it's filled with inspiration and hope and faith, because that's what happens when you change your mental patterns, when you change your mental structures, and which changes your images, the visions that you have of yourself in the world, of the world, in your mind, that trigger those feelings of, that inspiration and faith. So tap into that mental consciousness, which is your thoughts, and images, and navigate from a higher perspective, which is going to expand your consciousness, because now you will have the buy-in from your feelings that, yes, I can do this. And you can cope through any situation, And sometimes I need to add this too. Sometimes the best way to cope through a traumatic situation is to simply walk away, just to turn away from a thing, not even put your mental capabilities and the images and the feelings that truthfully assist all coping situations greatly, because they raise you to a higher vibration by making you aware of, hey, I have these faculties that I can use to change any situation, and cope with anything, at least, get through it. But sometimes when you can't do that, because sometimes in life, coping, the best way to cope is not to address it through a mental stimulation that will, trigger feelings so that you can use your physical action to attract something. I mean, let's just say you had a fight with a friend, and, that's something that you can cope with by maybe talking to them about it. But if they're in that space where they don't want to talk about it, sometimes it's better just to walk away, or any other situation. Just to walk away from the thing. Just turn away from what is causing you the distress and discomfort or discord. Just turn away from it. It is not the time to address it by not thinking about it. So make the discernment when it comes to coping, because again, thoughts, images have power because they trigger, they activate your feelings, of the feelings that will trigger you, that will activate, what you're going to do with your life. How are you going to respond as opposed to react? What are you actually physically going to do? Because now that you've aligned your mental thoughts with the images of, yes, I can do this. Okay, I can cope through this. I have the mental capability to think my way through this problem, through problem solve through this. Okay, and again, once you use the LEP frequency tool right here in this book, once you start using it, you will be able to, absolutely without a doubt, be able to cope so much easier and use the energy to your advantage. Move through outer challenging influences from a much higher frequency. Stresses are unavoidable. Everyone knows that. But being able to cope on a mental level and support them with strong, positive confident feelings of yourself and what you can accomplish, and that you are that powerful and can get through any situation, is going to actually help you to move through those situations and raise you even higher, to attract more of that energy to you. Because remember, we're all energy. What you put out is what you attract. So if you come from a confident standpoint, the energy, the signals you are sending that you are confident, the energy, the universe reads that and sends you that strength back. So it's very important to show that strength. Meditation is also very important if you want to cope through any situations, especially the violet energy that's mentioned in this book. Absolutely. www.lepeducation.com. Use the violet energy meditation to eliminate any discord, to balance yourself, to come up with better problem solving, to cope through any situation that you have. It really, really works. It cannot not work. It's physics, it's energy, and it's the way the universe works. The effort that you put out from your consciousness through your thoughts and images and your feelings. Okay, once all of that is aligned and you have this vision in your mind of this, it really has no choice but to be brought forth in your physical reality. So what I'm saying is that it comes from your consciousness level right here, right into your physical reality. Just like everything, like this microphone, like you, like everything. So you have the power to do that. So if you have the power to do that, you have the power and the coping skills to move through that as well. Any situation. By using your thoughts, images, and feelings, and also by using those same thoughts, images, and feelings to cope, you will also understand that in some situations, it is the best way to cope is to walk away, to turn away from a thing and forget about it for the time being. Keep it moving. Let the universe align you with those energies another time. So anyway, that is the LEP frequency tool. It will strengthen your connections. Okay, with the behavior patterns of your brain, because it will retrain how you think, which draws better energy to you. It cannot not, due to the law of attraction and law of vibration. It'll activate different brain regions associated with different energies, such as mental, emotional, physical, spiritual, even sensory. Okay, even sensory. It'll calm your brain. And really emotional situations. So absolutely work with the LEP frequency tool to ease anxiety through thoughts, images, and feelings, and walk away. Sometimes you must turn away from a thing in order to cope. May only good come to you. Please watch all of my segments, subscribe and like, and really use the LEP frequency tool. I cannot stress that enough. You can create the future that you want to face. You can create anything. Just like everything around you is being created every day. You are the creator of your life. It is time to create. Use the LEP frequency tool. Cope well. And I hope to see you in your brand new future at some other point. Take care. May only good come to you. Cope well. You have the skills. Use them. Thoughts, images, and feelings. Use them to cope. They work.